Have you ever wondered what would happen if Texas was an independent country? Let's take a step back and walk through the vibrant history of Texas. Our journey begins in the late 17th century, when Texas was but a distant frontier in the vast Spanish Empire. For over 100 years, it remained a remote and sparsely populated outpost, its vast prairies and deserts echoing with the sounds of native tribes and the occasional Spanish missionary. Fast forward to the early 19th century, a period of great change. Texas, with its fertile soil and strategic location, began attracting settlers from the United States. This was the era of the famous Texan War of Independence, a rebellion that led to the birth of the Republic of Texas in 1836. For nearly a decade, it stood as an independent nation, a lone star in the wild frontier. Yet, the call of destiny was too strong. In 1845, Texas chose to join the United States, trading its independence for statehood. From that moment on, Texas embarked on a journey of transformation, harnessing its vast resources to build a booming economy and a diverse society. Today, Texas is known for its unique blend of cultures, a melting pot of traditions that reflects its rich history. Its economy, larger than that of many countries, is powered by industries such as oil, technology, and agriculture. Its population, a vibrant tapestry of different races, religions, and ethnicities, is testament to its welcoming spirit. Texas has always been a land of pioneers, of visionaries who dared to dream big. It's a place that has given the world astronauts, presidents, and tech tycoons. A place that has shaped the course of history with its unwavering spirit and relentless ambition. So, with such a rich history and strong identity, it's not hard to see why some might imagine Texas as its own nation. But what would that reality look like? Today, Texas is an integral part of the United States, contributing significantly to the nation's economy and culture. The Lone Star State, as Texas is affectionately known, is a behemoth within the United States, not just in geographical size, but also in its economic, political, and cultural contributions. When we delve into the economy, Texas is a titan. Its oil and gas industry is a powerhouse, with the state producing more crude oil than any other in the nation. This industry has been a vital component of the state's wealth and growth, fueling both its economy and its influence. Yet Texas isn't all about oil. The state has proven itself to be a technological hub, with cities like Austin and Dallas becoming hotbeds for tech startups and established giants alike. This has resulted in a surge of innovation and entrepreneurial spirit, further bolstering Texas's economic prowess. But the state's economic diversity doesn't stop there. Texas also has a strong agricultural industry, being the nation's leading producer of cattle, cotton, and a plethora of other crops. This industry not only provides a significant portion of the nation's food supply, but also contributes heavily to the state's economic health. Politically, Texas is a heavyweight. With its 38 electoral votes, it holds considerable sway in presidential elections. Moreover, its political culture, characterized by a strong belief in states' rights and small government, has had a significant influence on national politics and policy. Culturally, Texas is a vibrant tapestry of traditions and influences. It's a place where cowboy culture meets Latin influences, where Southern charm intertwines with Western grit. This unique blend has given birth to a rich cultural heritage, from music and food to literature and film, that has left an indelible mark on the American cultural landscape. Clearly, Texas plays a significant role within the United States, but how would things change if it were to stand alone? Let's now turn our attention to a hypothetical future where Texas stands as an independent nation. Imagine the Lone Star State, no longer a star within the constellation of United States, but a lone celestial body in the international firmament. Texas, as an independent nation, would be a fascinating place, brimming with potential changes to its economy, politics, and culture. Economically speaking, Texas, as the second largest economy in the United States, could potentially stand tall among the world's largest economies. Energy, both oil and renewable, would be key to this prosperity. Texas is a powerhouse of energy production, leading the nation in oil, natural gas, and wind power. Independence could allow Texas to take full control of these resources, disputes would need to be navigated carefully. As a new nation, Texas would need to establish its place on the world stage, a task that requires diplomacy and strategic foresight. On the cultural front, Texas, with its unique blend of Southern, Western and Mexican influences, could see a cultural renaissance. Independent Texas could foster a stronger sense of identity, enhancing its cultural footprint on the world stage. Yet this could also lead to cultural clashes as Texas grapples with defining its national identity. But independence would not come without its challenges. Border control, for instance, could become a major issue. With a long border with Mexico, Texas would need to manage immigration and security on its own. This could be a significant logistical and financial burden. And then there's economic stability. While Texas has a strong economy, it's intertwined with the rest of the United States. Extracting it could be a complex process, with potential for economic disruption. Furthermore, Texas would need to establish its own currency, a task fraught with economic uncertainties. However, despite these challenges, there are potential benefits. Texas could dictate its own policies, control its own resources, and shape its own destiny. It could forge new alliances, create new opportunities, and perhaps become a beacon of independence. While there would certainly be challenges, there are also potential benefits to Texas's independence. But what does this all mean in the grand scheme? In the end, the idea of an independent Texas is a thought experiment, a hypothetical scenario. But it's a fascinating one, offering a glimpse into a world where the Lone Star State stands alone. A world that's just as complex, just as diverse, and just as fascinating as the one we know today. A Texas that stands alone would have wide-ranging implications, not just for Texans, but for the United States and the world. Delving deeper into this hypothetical scenario, let's observe the potential impacts on the United States. As we've already established, Texas is a titan of economic power within the Union. Its departure would undoubtedly leave a gaping hole in the national economy. The Lone Star State contributes significantly to the United States GDP, and the loss of this economic dynamo could potentially lead to a substantial decrease in national economic power. Moreover, Texas's political influence cannot be underestimated. It's a heavyweight in the Electoral College, wielding a large number of votes. The absence of Texas could shift the political balance of the United States, potentially altering the outcome of future presidential elections. Now let's cast our gaze further afield and consider the global implications. Economy. As an independent country, it could potentially manipulate energy prices and influence global energy policies. This could have far-reaching impacts, particularly for countries heavily reliant on energy imports. On the flip side, Texas would also face challenges as a new nation. It would have to establish its own diplomatic ties, manage its border security, and navigate international politics, all of which could prove to be a steep learning curve. In conclusion, the implications of a Lone Star nation would reach far and wide. They would reverberate through the corridors of power in Washington, D.C., ripple across the global economy, and resonate in the halls of international diplomacy. The idea of an independent Texas certainly raises interesting questions about identity, sovereignty, and the nature of nationhood. In exploring the hypothetical scenario of Texas as an independent country, we've uncovered fascinating insights. We've journeyed through its rich history, from its roots as a Spanish colony to its brief stint as a sovereign nation, and its current status as a powerhouse within the United States. We've also delved into the intriguing possibilities that could arise from its hypothetical independence. What would an independent Texas look like in terms of its economy, politics, and culture? How would it interact with other nations, especially its closest neighbor, the United States? These are complex questions with no easy answers. They highlight the intricate web of relationships, agreements, and tensions that underpin our global system. They challenge us to think beyond borders and to consider the wider implications of national sovereignty. While the reality of a lone star nation might remain in the realm of imagination, it's a thought-provoking exercise that challenges us to consider the complex and interconnected nature of our world.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.